forged in fire for epic blades that wouldn't keel. Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the world of blades, but not just any blades. We're talking about legendary weapons, blades that have carved their names into history. But here's the twist. Would these epic weapons, forged in a time of myth and valor, hold up to the test of KEAL? You see, a blade can be a work of art, a symbol of power, but in the end, it needs to perform. It needs to be able to withstand the heat of battle, the clash of steel, the impact of bone. That's what KEAL is all about, the ability to endure, to deliver a decisive blow when it matters most. So join me as we journey through time, examining these legendary blades, their history, their craftsmanship, and ultimately, their ability to KEAL. Let's find out if these weapons of legend are truly worthy of their fame. The Scottish Highlands, a land of rugged beauty, fierce warriors, and the legendary Claymore. This two-handed beast of a sword, often over 5 feet long, was a symbol of Scottish pride and ferocity. Imagine a wall of kilted warriors, claymores raised high, charging into battle with the fury of a storm. The Claymore was a weapon designed to intimidate, to overwhelm. Its length gave it incredible reach, allowing the wielder to strike down multiple enemies in a single swoop. And believe me, those sweeps were nothing short of devastating. The Claymore was a weapon of brutal efficiency, capable of cleaving through shields and armor like butter. But there's a reason you don't see claymores on the battlefield anymore. For all its size and power, the Claymore had a critical flaw. Flexibility. You see, a blade needs to be rigid to hold its edge, to transfer force effectively. And that's where the Claymore faltered. In modern tests, when put up against the rigors of combat simulation, the Claymore's flexibility became its downfall. It often failed to deliver a clean cut, instead bending and flexing on impact. Imagine the disappointment of a warrior, adrenaline pumping, bringing down that mighty blade, only to have it buckle against an enemy's armor. Now, don't get me wrong, the Claymore was a formidable weapon in its time. But against modern materials, against the unforgiving standards of KEAL, it falls short. It's a stark reminder that even the most legendary weapons have their limitations. From the rolling waves to the swashbuckling world of pirates, the cutlass carved its own legend. This short, broad-bladed saber was the trusty companion of sailors for centuries. It was a weapon born of necessity, forged in the heart of maritime warfare. Picture this, the cramped, chaotic deck of a ship, the air thick with gunpowder smoke and the clash of steel. In this environment, agility and versatility are paramount, and that's where the cutlass truly excelled. Unlike the longer, heavier swords of the landlubbers, the cutlass was designed for close-quarters combat. Its short, curved blade was ideal for slashing and thrusting in the tight confines of a ship's deck. It could hack through ropes, sails, and even wood with surprising ease. But the cutlass wasn't just a tool of destruction. It was also a sailor's best friend, used for everything from cutting food to prying open stubborn hatches. It was a true multi-purpose tool, as essential to a sailor's life as the salt in their beard. However, when subjected to modern testing, the cutlass reveals a weakness. While it could hack through rope and even deliver a devastating blow to a target, it often failed to cut completely through. That partial cut might slow an opponent down, but in a fight for survival, you need a weapon that can deliver a decisive blow. So while the cutlass holds a special place in maritime history, its ability to KEAL leaves something to be desired. It's a reminder that a weapon's effectiveness is relative to its time and its purpose. Chapter 3. The cat's bulger feline grace, but did it have bite? Ah, the cat's bulger, a weapon with a name that sounds like it belongs in a tavern brawl. And trust me, this sword has seen its fair share of brawls. Wielded by the Landsknechts, the fierce mercenary soldiers of the Renaissance, the cat's bulger was a force to be reckoned with. Imagine a battlefield filled with the deafening roar of cannons and the clash of pike formations. In the midst of this chaos, the Landsknechts, with their flamboyant attire and even more flamboyant fighting style, would unleash havoc with their cat's bulgers. This broadsword, with its distinctive S-shaped guard, was designed for close-quarters combat. It was shorter than many other swords of the era, but what it lacked in reach, it made up for in power and agility. The cat's bulger was a whirlwind of steel, capable of delivering lightning-fast cuts and thrusts. Its broad blade was ideal for hacking through armor, while the S-shaped guard provided excellent protection for the hand. And let me tell you, in the heat of battle, hand protection is crucial. You can't fight if your fingers are hanging by a thread. But when we put the cat's bulger to the test, it falls short of the KEAL standard. While it can deliver a powerful blow, it lacks the penetrating power needed to consistently cut through bone and muscle. In some tests, the blade even rolled upon impact, a critical flaw in any weapon. So, while the cat's bulger may have been a fearsome weapon in the hands of a skilled Landsknecht, it lacks the durability and cutting power to be considered truly KEAL. It's a reminder that even the most intimidating weapons have their weaknesses. Chapter 4. The Viking Sword. A legacy shattered? The icy fjords of Scandinavia, the thunder of longships, the fearsome reputation of the Vikings, and at the heart of it all, the Viking sword, a weapon as legendary as the warriors who wielded it. This double-edged blade, with its broad, fullered blade, was the symbol of Viking might and prowess. Imagine yourself as a Viking raider, sailing across the sea, the wind whipping at your back, the promise of glory and plunder fueling your every stroke. In your hand you grip your trusty sword, its cold steel a comforting weight. It is your companion, your protector, your key to Valhalla. The Viking sword was more than just a weapon. It was a status symbol, a work of art, a testament to the skill of the blacksmith who forged it. These swords were often adorned with intricate carvings and inlays, a testament to the Vikings' love of craftsmanship and artistry. But could this legendary weapon, steeped in history and myth, withstand the unforgiving test of KEAL? Sadly, the answer is a resounding no. In modern tests, the Viking sword has consistently failed to live up to its fearsome reputation. When tested against a ballistic dummy, simulating the impact of striking a human target, the Viking sword's blade often shattered upon impact. This catastrophic failure highlights a critical flaw in the sword's design and construction. It seems that the very features that made the Viking sword so iconic, its broad blade and deep fuller, also contributed to its fragility. The fuller, designed to lighten the blade and improve balance, actually created a weak point that made the sword prone to breakage. So, while the Viking sword may hold a place of honor in history books and museums, it falls short of the KEAL standard. It's a poignant reminder that even the most legendary weapons are products of their time, and not all legends can withstand the test of modern scrutiny. So there you have it, folks. 4 legendary blades, each with its own story to tell, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. We've journeyed through history, from the Scottish Highlands to the rolling seas, from the battlefields of the Renaissance to the icy fjords of Scandinavia. We've seen how these blades were used, how they were made, and ultimately how they performed when put to the test of KEAL. Some, like the mighty Claymore and the fearsome Viking sword, fell short of expectations, their legendary status unable to overcome inherent flaws in their design. But the journey doesn't end here. There are countless other blades out there, each with its own story to tell, each waiting to be tested. So tell me, which blade intrigued you the most? Which one would you like to see put to the test next? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss out on our next legendary adventure. Until next time, stay sharp.